The lineup for Avengers 5 is going to be much different from what we've seen in previous MCU Avengers movies because, of course, most of them are dead or at least gone or retired or whatever the case is. We don't have any more Iron Man, no more Captain America. Hulk, he's got a broken arm, so who even knows what's going on with him? We got a new Hawkeye, a new Black Widow, so it's going to be a very, very different lineup when we do get an Avengers 5 in the MCU, which we still have no idea when that's even coming, but we now may possibly have kind of our first look at what the Avengers is going to look like in Avengers 5. Now again, I want to say possibly because it's, you know, I'm not completely sure if this is what we think it is, but there's also the possibility it is. So I do want to give a spoiler warning just in case this is true, because it does possibly reveal some looks of characters and characters that are going to join the Avengers. But again, I'm not completely sure if it's what we think it is, but we're going to talk about it anyway because on Reddit, this image was just posted. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. So let's take a look at this. So first of all, in the background, you can see characters like Captain America, Iron Man with the Nano Gauntlet, Hulk, and Gamora. Now, Iron Man, Captain America, and Gamora, even though you can barely see Gamora, you can tell that they're in the background. They're kind of faded, almost as if they're like, because I mean, obviously they're gone in the MCU. They're not. They're either dead or not in our timeline anymore. In Captain America's case, so it's almost like their presence is there for this new generation of heroes that will kind of be taking their places in the new Avengers. Then you also have the Hulk back there, who is more colored in because you know, he's still alive and he's still probably going to be with the Avengers. But I have a feeling he's going to probably take on more of a mentor role going forward in the MCU. But then we've got some more interesting stuff. So let's zoom in here a bit. So over in the corner, we have Teenage Groot, which is interesting. Again, kind of goes back to what I was saying about we don't even know if this is what we think it is, which kind of makes me start thinking that this isn't like an actual thing for like, oh, Avengers 5, especially because the guy that posted this on Reddit said that he found it at the GameStop he works at in Australia. So there's like official merchandise, so they wouldn't have like that stuff leaked out already, especially if they don't even know like when they're doing another Avengers movie and all that stuff. So I highly doubt that's what this is, but I have a feeling this could be something like what you see on Disney Plus when you go to the Marvel Studios hub. It has like that artwork and like the images of like all the different characters of the MCU, and this could be something similar to that, where it's just like a nice collage of different the new generation of heroes in the MCU. So you've got Teenage Groot there, which again we know is going to be an aged up version in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so we don't know exactly what's going on there. We also have Okoye, who we know is going to be having a bigger role in Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. You can also see slightly cut off there Ms. Marvel. And then the big one that everybody's talking about is Thor. Now I'm going to wait to talk about Thor separately because that's really the biggest reveal here in this whole thing. But yeah, clearly new suit. You also see Jane Foster as Mighty Thor there as well. I just did a video breaking down the other day some new promo art for Thor Love and Thunder with their new looks. Then we have the Wasp. Interesting that Ant-Man is not here, although part of the image is cut off. We have Tom Holland Spider-Man in his Iron Spider suit. Again, just like Teenage Groot, makes me think that this is from other stuff, because this is exact promo art that we saw for other movies. Like, you look at the promo art, just the designs and like the poses and everything for specifically Teenage Groot, Iron Spider, and Star-Lord. Those are the exact same promo art and concept art stances and poses and designs from Avengers Infinity War. So I feel like those could be kind of copies and reuses. Speaking of that, there is Star-Lord. And then we also have Shang-Chi as well. Up above Shang-Chi, I'm not sure who that is, just as you can see, like, cut off there with the hair, if that's Captain Marvel or Wanda Maximoff Scarlet Witch. I don't know for sure, but we do see also here kind of our first look at the new Black Panther. Now, I'm not sure if this is the new Black Panther, but the suit, at least from what we can see here, it looks different from what we saw before. It's got the powered up purple vibranium stuff, but it looks a little different from what we saw before. So this could possibly be the new Black Panther. And imagine the person taking this picture, if they just showed like, you know, a little bit of more of the image, we could see who the new Black Panther is. But we could see maybe a look at the new suit. But yeah, now let's talk about Thor here, because This is a suit that I think is based off of this design from the comics, the Mighty Thor, where he has this gold helmet and it's the blue. And when I was doing the video breaking down the Thor Love and Thunder promo art, he had a suit very similar to this, just without the helmet. So he had like the gold and blue armor and everything, but not the helmet. And the helmet is the big thing that everybody has a problem with. I'm personally also really not the biggest fan of it. It just looks weird, and when I first saw it, I literally thought it was Hawkman, like the DC character Hawkman, and I just think it looks way too similar to Hawkman. But again, though, the Thor helmet is like a big part of the Thor character, and we've never really had that too much in the MCU. Like, we saw him wear a helmet very briefly in the first Thor movie, and then for a little bit in Thor Ragnarok, but that was more of a gladiator helmet. And in the comics, it's more of a like a hat type helmet. Like, this helmet is closer to Jane Foster's Mighty Thor helmet, where it actually covers her eyes and most of her face, leaving only the mouth exposed, which I think is an interesting design. But we'll see if this actually ends up getting used, because we didn't see this in any of the other promo art for Thor Love and Thunder. Maybe this is for another future appearance of the character. I don't know for sure. Looks like a more cosmic version of the characters. Maybe this is related to his time with the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's another possibility as well. But I like this. I'm liking what we're seeing. I think this is a nice lineup. Again, I like how we have like the past, like the original heroes with Iron Man, Captain America, and Gamora up there. You know, just with like their ghostly presence. I think that looks really cool. And now we have our new generation of characters here who may or may not be the new Avengers. Again, this is not the full image, so like we've got Black Panther over there, and you know, either Scarlet Witch or Captain Marvel. So we've got other characters. Probably Doctor Strange would be there. I'd have to assume that Sam Wilson's Captain America would be there, along with other characters as well. Maybe some Eternals. Just, you know, these new characters that are being introduced to the MCU, both from last year, this year, and whatever we're getting in the next couple years, I assume would be part of this as well. We don't know exactly for sure, but I'm definitely excited to find out who is going to be part of the new Avengers in the MCU. But for now, this is kind of a look at what may be to come in the future, with possibly our first look at the new Black Panther suit, and also, for real, our first look at the new Thor suit and helmet. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. What do you think about this brand new promo art poster thing, which again was found in a GameStop, so I have to assume it's not anything too spoilery, and clearly not for an Avengers movie, but it's something related to the MCU, and these are our new heroes that are going to be leading the charge in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we got that new Thor suit. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.